Because we do have Jeremiah Beatty, who is live there in Buxton. We've been showing the video, if we can pull that back up, something that we have not seen in terms of how many took place yesterday of homes that came crashing down in Buxton as those waves were coming along the shore there. And we have Jeremiah Beatty, who is live right now. Jeremiah, I know this now brings the total up to 18 because we had another one overnight that fell. What are you seeing out there now that the sun is out and we got another day on our belt? That debris looks like it's pushed up a little bit further up on shore.
Yeah, hey there, Eugene. So we've been able to confirm 6 houses have collapsed. Now, I do want to point your attention to this house. I've been showing this all morning long. If you can look, the patio there is slanted, and it looks like it's one wave short of just collapsing down. And that's what we've seen with some of these properties still in the ocean. Their structure just looks severely strained. And then if I could have you pan over to the waves there, I mean, they are
Okay, it looks like we just lost her shot as they're, down there in the elements. Hunter, she was looking at, what is currently left behind there. She was monitoring one of the homes that we first saw this morning on daybreak that looked like it was starting to also slump over a little bit. Looks like we may have gotten their shot back up. But I want to ask you this. When we were looking at it at daybreak, the waves seemed like they were relatively strong. But Craig was explaining that was low tide. So we're still expecting for those waves to get even stronger at some point, just naturally throughout the day.
Yeah, we're going to see the tide get higher as we head later into this afternoon and evening, between about 4 and 6 o'clock this afternoon through the evening. And we'll still see that rough surf, those really big waves. We were seeing waves, 7, 8, 9, 10 feet crashing on the beach. And of course, unfortunately, that is what was leading to those homes falling down in the Outer Banks. We saw 6 total yesterday, and we saw something similar with Aaron when that storm passed by. And you can just, it's just total destruction. So many nails and wood along the beach. That cleanup just must take so much time. And also, you kind of have to be, I feel like, so diligent with this cleanup because of all those tiny little pieces of nails and pieces of wood and all of that stuff along the beach. It must be so tough to do a cleanup like that, especially not only because it's on the beach and you have waves crashing back and forth, even when it gets a little quieter. And that cleanup must be tough.
And Sarah, this is her live shot that's back up right now, or this is old video that we have there on the left. But yeah, you're watching that at this moment. And I want to say the home that we were monitoring this morning was the one that you can kind of see there to the right that was starting to lean in. This is video that we captured, I believe, yesterday, and you can see their video of those homes going in. And then a lot of that debris, too, I was watching the reporting by our Alex Littlehales, was literally the waves breaking that wood apart. The homes would fall into the water, and they were strong enough to literally kind of tear and wear and tear at those homes, and that's where you're seeing all of those planks, and you can imagine all of the other things, just regular items that you might have, nails, those kind of things. That's why they want people to stay away from that area, even though we've seen residents in the area kind of walking through.
Yeah, I'm curious, how long that beach would actually be, like, say they clean it up, but how long does that cleanup take? How long are the beaches closed? Were people swimming there after Aaron went through? Because I feel like there could be so many things that could be left behind that if you're swimming in the beach there, the odds of you, stepping on a nail or a piece of debris out there while you're trying to swim that kind of just sunk to the bottom of the ocean. There's just so much in the ocean. And of course, a lot of that being taken back out to sea, being pushed elsewhere, just a devastating situation. Luckily, those homes were unoccupied, but still, it's a tough sight.
It's definitely the sight to see, and like you said, no one was in any of these homes, and I know we're working to kind of talk to people who may own them, Oftentimes people use them as vacation homes, right? And you see a lot of the people who are walking, they live in the community, but our reporters talked to a lot of them yesterday. None of them seem to have lived in any of these spaces or had them as their secondary vacation homes. So you would imagine if somebody has those and they're out of town, they're probably making their way to the area to kind of assess the damage and what can happen next. And so, as you said, Hunter, a lot of cleanup is certainly going to happen. And I wonder when they're really going to start. Do they just wait until the storm passes through completely? Because you don't know at any point if there's another one of these homes may fall. Again, right. This is something we have not seen with the number of them that have fallen at one point, back to back to back to back to back, in the span of several hours. And so certainly a lot of effort that's going to take place. I want to show you this, Hunter and Sarah. If we can pull up Scan PC for those who are in that area. I just want to pull up a portion of NC-12 near the Hatteras Inlet that we have pulled up on the site. Let me not click out of it on my fault there. But you can see there, and it's important to know that NC-12 on Ocracoke Island is closed at this point between the Northern Ferry Terminal and National Park Service pony pens. And they're doing that because of those winds and the ocean overwash. And some of it we're seeing right here. Is there a way? Can I make that bigger, Sarah? Do I just Control Plus maybe? I'm walking through all my steps.
I think this website's a little weird and it doesn't let you.
It doesn't let you fully put it on. And let me see. Are you doing it?
I full screened it. I think you can.
Okay. Let's see what happens if we. Yeah. There we go. So I just wanted people to kind of get a closer look. These are images captured. That was 10:12, so less than 10 minutes ago. And you can just see the wash there at the bottom left. You see it, Hunter?
Yep.
And so they're expecting for ferry route services have been suspended because of the weather conditions. That's happening. And the road is expected to reopen, they hope, by tomorrow at 10:30 a.m. So October 2nd at 10:30 a.m. That's what they're looking at the moment. So if you're traveling down that way or you're in that way, that's not a route that you're going to be able to take or they want you to take as of this morning. Any other thoughts you have on that, Hunter, as we look at these images and, again, the videos that we've been showing of those homes falling into the water?
I do have to say, for NC-12, it does seem to be faring a little bit better than when Aaron was passing by.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's the good news. So maybe it won't be as closed as long as when Aaron was passing through. But unfortunately still having the same effects with those homes along the beach falling into the ocean. But luckily, the highway there isn't looking as overtaken by the ocean as it was with Aaron. So hopefully things will get back to normal rather quickly once the storm passes by.
Okay. Well, listen, Hunter, as always, we appreciate you. I know we lost Jeremiah there, but when we did have her, we were able to see those images. This is from yesterday, the video that you're showing. Today, we can see how that debris seemingly has settled so far as we watch and see if there are any other homes that could potentially fall there in the Buxton area. They're asking people to stay away from that area as they kind of assess what's going on. But of course, our reporters throughout the day, we have several teams that are down in North Carolina, are going to be monitoring and trying to work stories and bring them back throughout the rest of this evening.